King Drew.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is, baby. It's Tuesday, man. Let's rock and roll.
Yes, sir.
Back for another episode of First and Foremost podcast, man. So much fun every Tuesday. I am joined by Arvon Bacon and Jerome from Inside the Hatches, man. We got a lot to get into today, man. Quick intro for you guys, man. We're going to be talking about some great matchups from last week that we had, and we talked about Grayson and Parkview, breaking down that matchup, a couple of other ones. We're going to be talking about it's playoff football, guys. It is here. It's here.
Playoffs?
So we're going to talk about some playoff football, biggest matchups we're looking forward to. We got some big hoop news, man. We got some commitments. Now, Nasir Cunningham just committed to Alabama. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Isaiah Carter went off in his first game with the UNC Trojans. He fouled out, but he played good. So we're going to be talking about that. And the biggest matchup of the weekend. I know you know this one, Bacon. Grayson McEachern. We got to talk about it, man. We're excited. And then we're going to wrap up the show and things like that, man. But that's what I got. But how y'all feeling today, man?
Man, blessed and highly favored, brother.
I'm doing good, man. Unfortunately, I can't pick myself on camera right now because my eyes are burning. You know, all the Dallas Cowboy hate all week that I've been watching must have messed up my eyes and stuff. So
good.
Cowboys crying. Now my eyes are messing up. I can't help it. But I'm glad we're still here. I'm glad we're still able to do the podcast today. So shout out to Najee taking over the reins today. Appreciate you.
Yes, so sir, man. Let's get it, man. Without further ado, let's talk about last week, man. I'm sorry. Thank you. Let's talk about the first and foremost. I'm going to throw it to you guys first. I'm going to actually throw it to Arvon Bacon first. Go ahead and tell me, man, what's your first and foremost this week, man?
Man. First and foremost this week, man, it's got to be South Carolina women's. Shout out to Malaysia Full Wiley for doing her thing. Freshman, doing it big for the women's hoop. And also shout out to the ladies of Colorado. If y'all don't know, you will know now. Colorado women just upset LSU, the champions of last year. That's my first and foremost, man. That's a banger.
All right, Jerome, how you feeling? What you got, man?
Yeah, first and foremost, obviously, my Eagles win. So I gotta talk about that. I'm not gonna harp on that too much, but you already know what it was. I came going crazy, and I came in last week feeling dangerous. You know what I mean? So I had to continue that. But my real first and foremost, I want to give out to a big shout out to my guy Nasir Stackhouse from Georgia. A guy that we got to interview when he was in high school. Really good kid, really impressive. But, bro, Nasir, come on. After their win over Mizzou, here's a quote that I got from him. He said, "We got to get some type of credit. My chest started," because he got that pick first of all. Let me put some context behind it. He got a pick in the game, and he was trying to run, and it looked crazy. But he said, "You gotta give me some type of credit. My chest started sticking out. My stomach started sticking out. It's hard to pick up your knees when you got all that meat down there." Pause, man. Pause. Shout out to my dude, shout out to my dude Nazir, though. And his first career interception as well, man. He balling out there in Georgia. Super proud of him, man. I'm glad to see, some of the guys that we interview and don't have success in the league. So shout out to him, man.
For sure, man. And then my first and foremost is a part A, part B kind of thing. Part A, as I said at the start of the show, playoff football is here, man. It went by so fast, but I'm excited. We'll have some big time matchups. We're gonna talk about that a little bit in a second, though. And man, I got something entertaining for y'all. Y'all gonna be licking the chops, man, when I bring it up about a potential matchup that's never happened in the history of GHSA. Y'all gonna be ready for that one. But I'm a whole phase on that one. That's my first. That's my part A, and then my part B is Grayson McEachern. We're gonna talk about that in the hoop segment. But I'm ready. Grayson is my 7A favorite, and they're gonna square off this weekend. And I heard through the grapevine that your boy Ace Bailey Arvon is gonna be signing on the dotted line for Rutgers after that game is over. That's
Ooh.
first and foremost.
Yeah, I got it. Man, it's all coming so fast. Football, basketball, so much big breaking news coming around. That's a lot of
And
gas money.
we need the sizzle, bro. We need the
We need
sizzle
the
and
sizzle.
making news.
We need the
man.
sizzling news, man. We need the sizzling news.
Sizzling news. Yo, maybe we make that a segment on here. Sizzling news from
Oh
Bacon.
yeah. We
I
got
ain't
raw
gonna-
bacon and everything.
Hey, you know what? Exactly. You know what, Jerome? I think that's a great idea. Some
That's a great
sizzling
idea.
news. So whatever little intel, Arvon guy, he bringing on this sizzling news. I'm gonna drop a little gem on y'all. Sizzling news. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Maybe
that.
I get some. Maybe I get like a sizzling
Sound effect.
sound effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
That's
that.
smooth.
Hey, man, we coming up with stuff on the spot. We live
Hey,
right now. This is how
organic,
it goes,
man.
baby.
It's why the folks got to tune in, man. No lie. Hottest
Tune
thing
in.
going in Georgia.
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
But before we get to the playoffs, let's talk real quick. Let's do a recap. Let's talk Grayson Parkview. I'm gonna start first and throw it to y'all.
All
I
right.
told y'all going into that game what was gonna happen. And I said it. Obviously, love Parkview. Got all the athletes. We talked about it last week. I'm not gonna talk about them. We know how good they are. Mike Matthews, Jalen Crawford, Zealous Hicks. We know how good the team is. But I told y'all. The crazy part is this wasn't even a big game from Jeff Davis. Right? He only had 12 pass attempts in this game. I think
Facts.
40, 50 yards passing. This was a running game. So
Yeah.
Grayson is showing you they can beat you in the
39 yards.
Yes. They can beat you over the air. They can beat you on the ground. And they can out-physical you. And that game
Mhm.
showed me that they got an offensive line to out-physical different opponents. And they
Mhm.
leaned on Dylan Elder, who had 183 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And they leaned on Lamar Austin, who had 9 carries for 83 yards on the touchdown. So it showed me that, hey, man, it's going to be intriguing come playoff time. And I think Grayson, they are one of my dark horse teams. I think, and how that region shapes up, they got some favorable matchups, man. And they got the region, they got the 1 seed. They're going to beat Richmond Hill. They're going to beat the
Yep.
one out of East Coweta. And
And,
North Paulding, no
yeah,
disrespect. Yep. Yeah, they're going to beat the one out of that. And then we're going to talk about the matchup that sets up potential. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to throw it to y'all.
Man, I talked about this too, man. I seen Grayson 1 and 2, so me and Najee had the same mindset on this game. I ain't think it's gonna be a freaking blowout like it was 41-14. Like I didn't see that happen. I really didn't. I'm gonna be completely honest. I did feel like part of this game was gonna depend on the quarterbacks. I did say that last week. I think it partially did. I mean, at least on the Parks View side, the Grayson side, they didn't even have to use the quarterback really. It was running the ball all the time. I mean, that shows you a good team. A team that can do both. And get you a team that can do both. So you can do both, man, and still have that stifling defense, and you can switch it up sometimes. Man, what a game! Shout out to Grayson, man. Like I said before, they lost that first game, and they tightened up ever since they lost that first game. And I feel like we might see another Grayson and Walton matchup in the playoffs at some point. So that would be cool to see. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah. Yeah. Grayson is they bounced back since that week 1 loss to Walton. Dominant performance on the ground. Mike Matthews found the end zone late, but he got in the end zone. Quarterback had like a 2-yard run. So it wasn't too much. I actually seen one of the running backs kind of gave Zealous Hicks, gave him a little shoulder, man. That was I wasn't expecting to see that. But yeah, Grayson, they've been doing their thing. They seem energized. Like you said last week, the secondary played really well. One of the better secondaries, one of my favorite secondaries I watched just watching film this really today that I've seen them and Milton. We'll get to them later, but yeah, man, impressive win by Grayson. We'll see how far this goes. Like I said, they should be the team from South Georgia. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far they go.
Yep, and we're going to find out. We're going to keep it moving and go ahead and recap our next game, Dutchtown and Ola. We're going to start there. Very physical game. I think regardless of the loss, Ola kept it close. We know how Dutchtown in games, close games they've been in, 4 or 5 have been their losses have been just in close games, one-score games. But Dutchtown had the upper hand, but nonetheless, man, Ola ran the ball well, right? Garnered up 271 rushing yards. Nigel Newkirk got the standout performer from Deuce Recruiting from Born to Compete. He had 127 yards and a touchdown, and then Caden Wade, the sophomore, had 101 yards and a touchdown. I think my biggest thing with this is Ola's getting that valuable experience, right? First time kind of in the playoffs, they're going to be able to get so much experience. Hopefully they can get a win in their first round matchup. We'll see if they're able to or not. But what I think this does is it set up so much potential of what this team could be, right? I think that's my biggest takeaway from this team, right? They play in a tough region. They play in a tough region with Warner Robins, Jones County, Dutchtown, and also them. But my biggest standout is these players, this Nigel Newkirk, this Caden Wade, they get in this PT early and often, and they're going to be some big staples for that team going forward. And they're going to be able to build something nice. I think they got to figure out the quarterback position and not have to lean so heavily on the ground game. But I think they get some valuable experience. And if they can get a playoff win, the coach going to be able to go back, hey, this is what we need to do if we want to go further. He's going to be able to point out different things, and they're going to be able to kind of build on that going into next season and have an even better chance. But that's my take. I'm going to throw it to Jerome.
Yeah, man. Close game. What was it? 20-17. Dutchtown winning by a field goal. I thought it was a good game, man. Like you said, Ola got some talent, man. Considering the guy that you just said, Caden Wade, is a freshman, had 101 yards with a touchdown. I'm sorry, he didn't get a touchdown, but 100 yards, bro, and averaging 7 yards per carry. That's steep, man. And you got a freshman under there. Now, their senior quarterback obviously threw that pick. That was a vital part of the game. But I like Ola, man. I didn't know much about Ola before this game. Did some, watch some of the game. Studied them a little bit, and I was like, I'm impressed with this team. Got a good look at their roster. They got a nice young little roster right there that they can kind of build off of, and they can maybe put up some upsets in the playoffs. But Dutchtown was the better team not today, but last week. So, hey, man, I think that both squads are solid squads, and I'm very excited to see a little bit more from you.
Yeah, man. Ola, they did their thing. Dutchtown, Mike Johnson, dual threat. He got a lot of things going on the ground. A couple of big runs. Coach got a big arm, man, making some pinpoint passes. I think he had an interception that game. So, but Dutchtown is just a team that they've been in the trenches. They play teams like Cedar Grove, the teams in their region. So that battle test is going to be interesting to see if they can get out the first round, coming to Old Newton to play Northgate. I think they're going to run to the end of the road there. But interesting. I expected the D-line to hold up better against Ola, but, they didn't go that way. But Ola definitely surprised, but I didn't know too much about the running back, so they definitely put themselves on the map to the network, and we will show love accordingly. But, yeah, man, shout out to Ola. Shout out to Dutchtown for getting the dub, man. It's going to be interesting to see them come to my neck of the woods. So, man, stay tuned to an in-depth take next week on the Bulldogs.
For sure. And we're going to keep it rolling, man. We're going to actually throw this to Bacon and start this one. LaGrange versus Troop. He was at the game.
Oh, yeah.
Did a great job covering it. Had so much great content. I mean, if you haven't seen it, go to Bacon Network on YouTube. Go to Bacon Network _47 on his Instagram and Bacon Network LLC on Twitter, man. And go check that out. I mean, that was some phenomenal content. Great interviews.
As always.
As always, did a great
Appreciate
job.
that, fellas.
Bacon, yes, sir. Bacon, we're going to let you lead. I want to get your insight. You was at the game. What did you see in that one? It was a defensive game. They shut them down. Only 7 points for Troop. A really high-powered offense and 123-7. What did you see out there?
Yeah, man. It was a defensive game. I really both teams held each other down because it was a 9-6, with like 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, there was a shooting. I didn't hear any gunshots, but a lot of people was running. Yeah, man, it was hectic. So that really, if you didn't run there, you really don't know. Like it was a shooting, people was running. Like I said, I didn't hear any gunshots, but heard a siren. They came, and it was like a 30-minute delay. Came back onto the field, and LaGrange they just had it going, and they ran up two unanswered scores in the game. But the big star from the game for me is Steve. Where's he at? Where's he at? My notes. Number 4. Steve Johnson, 2 touchdowns, and he had 2 big catches on the 4-star. Noah Dix was going to Clemson. I know when you competed, you know what I'm saying, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but that was a big takeaway. Obviously, Parker Shattuck had a big forced fumble. I didn't know he was a punter for his team too. All around superb athlete. For Troop, Logan Singfield, 3-star. He is filling in as a quarterback. Teo Todd, he went down. Super dog. He's a dog, man. Anybody that's coming in as a backup be able to run out the pocket, make throws on the run, you know what I'm saying, and kind of keep that team locked in. Phenomenal player, Quay Birdsong, another Georgia UCF commit, leader of that defense, far none, vocal leader out there getting people's face at times. Like, let's lock in, y'all, let's go. So definitely stood out to me, man. But just overall, great game, rivalry down here, man. 2 big prominent programs down this way. Atmosphere was electric. It's unfortunate that we had that circumstance. It's just maybe a new norm for our new world. We'll see, but hate to see it end like that. But nonetheless, that's how it ended. And the Green has a home field advantage for the playoffs, I believe. So yeah, that was a great game. More content on the way, fellas. Most definitely.
Yes, sir. I thought, do you, Jerome?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I love this LaGrange team, man. I got to cover them a few times during the offseason. They're a really good team, man. And I can see a lot of it, especially on offense. They got a good team. Shout out to Coach Napier. Really good, cool, nice coach, man. He always like asking me to come out there, just too far. But having come out to a game, yeah, I'm gonna try. Maybe one of these playoff games.
Nah, we can make some happen.
But yeah, if you recognize the name Matt Napier, his brother obviously is the head coach for Florida, Bill. So, you know, he got good ties and, you know, a big football family, and they love football, and they're very passionate. They know how to evaluate talent and, develop talent. So me and LaMarcus went down there a few times. Like I said, it's too far from me right now. Just go down there. But they have a lot of talent down there, man. And, they got a young wide receiver down there. I forgot his name. So forgive me. Trying to look it up real quick. But they got a young wide receiver that I think is going to be good for the next couple of years. Once I get his name, I'll let you boys know. Yeah, they got a couple of guys down there. And, their offensive lineman got his name too. But he's a real big player down there. But man, they got some dudes down there. They got guys that not a lot of people are seeing for whatever reason, but they're very team. I think they should be people that don't know about them should be recruiting some of their players, or at least looking at their players a little bit more, because they got a lot of talent down there. They just don't get the publicity that I think they deserve.
100%. I think for me, just Parker Shattuck is that guy, 3-star player, as Bacon referred to, invited to the Georgia Elite Classic. I mean, in that game, man, he just was a baller, man. I mean, he had a forced fumble, an interception, 6 solo tackles, 2 assists. He just does everything, man. He plays DN and tight end for them, and also, is a punter as well. So he's just one of those Swiss Army knives you can use all over the field, man. And like you said, Coach Napier just does a really good job with that group, man. That's a tough region. That's one of those SEC-type regions, man, to be honest with you guys, because, you just don't know who's going to come on top. And you can make the argument, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. If you look at the bracket, we'll talk about it more in a second, but the fact of them winning, they got put in a tougher bracket than if they would have lost the game and became the 3 seed. Like, just real quick, I want y'all to hear this. So their first game, they played Westover. Their second game, they going to play the winner of Baldwin and Benedictine. You know how good Benedictine is, Bacon. Like, we know what they can do. We've seen them up close and personal in Hoover. Right? And then they also, in that same region, you still got Cedartown, who's really, really good, and you got North Oconee.
Yeah.
Right? That is a tough region to come out of and get a semifinal berth. Instead of, Troop is the 3 seed in that region. Got Cairo, Wayne County, Spalding, Heritage Catoosa, Westminster, North Hall, Stockbridge. The only team that really stands out in that bracket is Stockbridge.
Westminster.
Yeah. So It's gonna be tough for Lagrange. I know they're gonna be up to play and things like that, but that's my biggest standout, obviously. And I think this year defense is next level. I mean, shutting down Troop, a really good and really talented team, and holding them to 7 points, I think stands out a lot to me.
Well, so I know you follow Ryan Jenkins. Do you know any more about Westover? I know they're coming out of Albany.
Yeah, I mean, Jenkins the real deal, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of predominant offense. I haven't seen a lot of Lagrange they run. You
Right.
could probably tell me better, Bacon. But if they don't block him, he's a guy. He can get after the passer. He can create some havoc, man. And he's not just trying to, stack the quarterback. He's trying to cause a turnover. He's trying to be disruptive. He's trying to strip the ball from you and run it back for a touchdown. So
Right.
that kid is really good. He's athletic. He's committed to South Florida. Kids next level, man. I will say this about Westover. They have a really strong defensive front. They're very athletic. Offensively, I haven't really seen them, but I know they have a really strong defensive front. So that's something to kind of watch for in this game as well.
High intel from Naj, man. Naj report card.
For sure. All right, we're gonna leave that there. We got a couple more we're gonna talk about. Let's talk about Alpharetta Roswell. I didn't really see this one happening at like how the score was. 52-13 win for Roswell. They thoroughly dominated. My quick takes is KJ Smith, that dude, he's underrated, but the kid is good. 196 yards and 4 touchdowns in his game. I think he just makes every throw he can. He's just a gamer, man. He gets it done, knows where he wants to go with his reads, knows how to break down different coverages, and he trusts his team and the people to get the ball to, right? And then Nakai Davenport, right? He was my standout performer from my show earlier today. 241 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, man. That's getting it done. They got a 1-2 monster up down in that backfield along with Saquon Smith that they can get you. And then Chase Morrison balled out on the defensive side of the ball with 2 sacks, man. So he was big. I know Alpharetta quarterback DJ Bordeaux had a big highlight reel pass, but for the most part, the offense was sputtering up into the end. A game Roswell thoroughly controlled.
Yeah, man, most definitely. Easy win. Roswell, just a little tune-up game. Got River Ridge coming in town. Should be another belt 2 behind. You know what I'm saying? Fight on Hornets.
Yeah, man. I mean, 52-13 is not no joke, man. And like you say, I like the little belt to butt comment there, because that's pretty much how it felt, man. It's one of those games where I was kind of paying attention to it, and I'm just like, yeah, this is over, like Najee said, KJ Smith going out there getting 4 touchdowns in the game, man, really propelled them to the next level, They also had Davenport with 241 yards. 241 yards. Like, bro, like, where you hear that at? The man was going crazy out there. So, Bacon said, a little tune-up game. Something that you can, feel real good about going into the playoffs, and then, start off hot, right off of that, and then take that throughout the playoffs. So shout out to Roswell. I do want to apologize to them saying that they lost a couple of games, but wish they didn't. So, hey, they've been balling, man. They've been balling a lot more than I thought. So,
for sure. And we got one more before we wrap up this segment. We're gonna go ahead and break down Lambert Milton. I'm gonna start with you, Jerome. Initially, you're supposed to go to this game. I'm not sure if you still were able to, but just what was your thoughts? I know Milton kind of struggled to start the game. Really defensive game with Lambert and Milton, but they figured it out in the second half and got it going.
Yeah. I wasn't able to go to this one this week. Actually wasn't able to go to any game. But I was paying attention online. Milton team, man, they're a very talented team. One of my favorite underlying teams that I don't think a lot of people have eyes on them. Obviously we got like the big teams where people already know about them. The Langston Hughes, the Carrolltons, the Parkviews, but like this Milton team, man, they're a sneaky good team, and I think that they can do some good stuff in the playoffs. We'll see how that kind of goes out for them, because I'm really rooting for them. A 37-16 win over Lambert. I'm actually might be seeing Lambert this week again, so I can kind of redeem myself and see Lambert this week. I haven't seen him at all this year, so At least I can see how they play a little bit. I don't want to take anything from away from Lambert. I think they had a good game as well. Like you said, though, Milton kind of came away with it. The time possession was very close on this as well. But the only thing is that Milton had a lot more first downs. They got the ball down the field. They converted on third downs. They was able to, play very well. Luke Nickel with 3 touchdowns in the game, 294 yards. Like we talked about him last week, man. He's a baller. So I think, and obviously they got, Mark Easley, Gowling, CJ Wally, man, they got some dogs out there at the receiver spot. And Easley obviously got the 2 touchdowns in the game, helping them out as well. So like we said, explosive offense. Defense played very well as well. Kept them under 14? It was 14, I think 16. So a complete team. They looked a little at first, but they got it together. So
they got it together. For sure. I think Milton did their thing, but got to make noise for the unsung hero for Lambert. Thomas Hall, man, nose guard. DN, smaller body, really had his hands on this game, man. I think he had 2 sacks, a lot of hurries, was in the face of, it was everywhere, man. And I really like they run that 3-4 set. Obviously, when you don't have the size on the D line, kind of brings some pressure off the edge. So I like what coaches do. I can't remember his name, but salute to you, coach, for calling up some crazy blitz packages, some zero packages. That was nice. And then for Milton. I really like. Well, you said this. You said, John. I really like their wide receiver core. The DBs was phenomenal. They didn't surrender a catch for the whole first half. A little bit into the second.
It's a wild stat. That's a wild stat.
And the best in the country. I've been seeing it all year.
Facts, man. They definitely had it on display, man. Tough. You can say the only blemish really on Luke Nickel. Well, not even on Luke Nickel. It was really on the snapper. They gave him that safety. That's where they got 16 points.
Yeah.
The third quarter, but Milton, I like him. Dark horse, they're definitely in that dark horse category, like Grayson.
Yeah.
I don't know though. It's a lot of cream at that top, though, man. A lot of cream at that top. I would like to see a little bit more production from the defensive line. They got good linebacking core. Secondary speaks for itself, but I don't know. I say Elite 8.
Okay. That's respectable, though.
Yeah. I like Milton, though. I like Luke Nickel.
Yeah, for me, the D-line was pretty good in this game. 3 sacks. This is what you want to see. I got to see what they did against that Roswell team. That's really, really good. We just talked highly of.
Yeah.
And they, for the most part, they made it a day that KD Smith had to run around. Run around and make plays with his legs and find stuff downfield. That's how much they was getting into the backfield. So I'm not really worried about that defensive line. Caleb Bell, superstar defensive tackle, Christian Pancake Hunter, who was selected to the USA Top 100. Caleb Ellis. I'm not worried about the D-line. D-line is going to be fine. What I am worried about with Milton is their run game. That's been their thing. They're kind of Achilles heel all year long, right? I'm not worried about Luke. Luke's going to do his thing. Luke's a star. I'm not worried about the receiving core. And the player I didn't even mention was Ryan Gia, their tight end. I'll go along with that really nice receiving core they got. So they got a bunch of weapons. He's going to figure it out. But their running game, 27 carries, only 90 yards, right? Got T.J. Lester in there and Amari Anderson. They just need some more production, right? Okay, you don't want to be, I'm telling you guys, you do not want to be one-dimensional when it comes to playoffs. You got to be able to do a little bit of everything, right? Luke can obviously get it done, but teams are going to tee off on you, and they know all you can do is pass the ball. They're going to bring those exotic blitzes that you talked about, Bacon, that you was raving about with Lambert. That's going to be, as you play these higher-end teams, they're going to start to do that. So that's my only thing I think about Milton. They got to be able to get that running game going.
Yeah. This my thing too, Najee, is that the running game wasn't that great, but you got to also look at it too. Luke had 5 of those 27, right? So that gives you 22 out of 3 with 3 other players. So you got Anderson that had 10, you had Lester that had 3, and then you had Stewart that had 9. That's not enough touches, bro. That's not enough touches.
I mean, if you look at it, though, that's 22 touches.
Total.
If you take away, that's pretty good. 22 touches, you're not getting enough. You got a 2.8 average, 1.3. You need more. You know, now you can't say touches. If you throw away, let's throw away Luke. 22 touches for the running back is still good.
89 yards or 88.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a little. That's not hella balance because it's 37 to 22. But that's a little bit better than what I've seen, you know, from certain past offenses. But I agree with you to some degree. You got to have a little bit more. You got to feed them. But you know how coaches are, man. If it's not rolling, it's not going. They're gonna switch off. But that's what I said. That puts more pressure on Luke and puts more pressure on the passing game to work. So they're gonna have to figure that out, get it going. As you mentioned, great point by you. Get a little bit more running attempts, and they got to find a way to be a little bit more effective in the ground game. Because as Bacon mentioned, they're gonna have some teams, and we're about to talk about these matchups in a second. They're gonna have some teams they're gonna have to play, right? How that bracket goes, round 2, they're gonna beat Duluth. Let's be honest, they're gonna beat Duluth, right? Round 2, you play North Cobb. We know what they want to do. Ball control, get the ball, David Osiemi, and get it going. So you're gonna have to be able to kind of obviously pass and get your touchdowns, but you're gonna have to be able to control the game a little bit too with the ground game as well. So you know, we're gonna find out, we're gonna see. But that's my only limit. As Bacon said, my last point, they got a really good secondary, really good defensive line, some good linebackers in Ja'Cory Stewart and Jack Lawson. Offensively, they look pretty good.
Wait, is their O-line young? They struggled this week.
In there. They got some new pieces in there. I'm not gonna lie. And that was the position I talked to Coach Reeves. You know, me and him real tight and cool, and we talked a little bit off, you know, the record and stuff. And you know, he felt pretty good. He thought it was one of their better offensive lines in the past few years. But that tells you a lot. We've seen how far they've gotten. So, you know, they are a little young in some spots, but he felt like this culmination together, even going into the season. I asked him this scrimmage-wise, like when they scrimmaged Gainesville, and he felt pretty good. So,
reassuring some coach.
You know,
but Coach Reeves is the truth, though. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's tough.
He's a cool guy, man. He's definitely a cool guy. But we're going to leave that there. We're going to go ahead and transition to our next topics for tonight. We're going to go ahead and talk about some of these previews, man, some of these biggest matchups. Now, some of them we got slated that Jerome's going to show. Some of them we don't, because I wanted my guys to pick some games that they're interested in watching. And matter of fact, I'm going to throw it to y'all and give y'all a light. What are some matchups y'all are interested in? And then we can come to ones I like later on. But what are some matchups y'all are looking forward to?
I mean, like I said earlier, man, get to stay home, man. I ain't got to go too far, man. I don't got to throw too much gas money in the tank. You know what I mean? I get to stay home and watch Northgate 4A matchup play Dutchtown, man. Northgate being a 7-3, talented. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Let's just run through the last couple games. It beat Charles Drew. Hasn't been a really good program historically. Beat them 52-13. Lost to Harris County 35-13. Wasn't expecting to see that, but other than that, and close loss to Villa Rica. They've been solid. Beat Stars Mill. Beat Veterans 35-14. You know, this is a team that's very interesting. It's got solid O-line play with a good running back. They got a good secondary, some explosive weapons on offense. Let's see, what's his name? Josh, forgive me, y'all. Josh Vigenet. I'm not sure how you say his last name. He's gonna be a spark to the offense. Dylan, excuse me, y'all. Anyway, Dylan, number 12, he's gonna be out there doing his thing. So they got a lot of different dynamics they can add to the game. They've run wing T for a while to get ready to add a more pro style look. Dutchtown's gonna be a battle tested team coming in. But we got to see, though, man. I feel like they really game plan for Mike Matthews. Kind of, which is really tough. He can throw the ball on the run, but if you can make it tough, kind of get some pressure to him, make him use his legs more than his arm, or kind of disguise some coverages. Not really. You kind of mix him up, get him to turn the ball over a little bit. This could be a close game, but I can see Northgate pulling this one. Now, obviously being the higher seed, but this is going to be like a later on matchup in the playoffs. I feel like this is going to be a fireworks game. But yeah, man, I'll definitely have to coverage. Y'all can tune in, but I'll slide to you, Jerome.
Yes, sir. Yeah, two games that we're not going to be mentioning in our actual previews, but two games I just wanted to throw out there. Two games I actually wanted to go to. Blessed Trinity and Creekview. I think Blessed Trinity is a sneaky team. I like some of their players they got over there. They've been playing on some people. I like what they got going over there. So I kind of want to see what's going on with them. I got a good relationship with some of the players and some of the coaches over there as well. So Blessed Trinity versus Creekview. That's a game that I'm probably I was looking into going to. They're currently 8-2. Creekview is 3, so I think it's a good little matchup right there. Also want to the main one I want to go to is Peachtree Ridge and Lambert. That's probably the one I'm definitely trying to go to. It's a good little matchup. I think they're two very closely talented teams. Peachtree Ridge obviously got my boy Daryl Kelly over there playing quarterback, playing very well. I'm very impressed with him. I got to meet him this summer. Since then, I've been kind of following him. He always likes to throw me his highlights, and I'm always watching. Like, man, this kid's nice. I like him. So that's the two games that I'm looking at outside of the ones that we already have.
Yeah, I think real quick on Bacon's point, the Northgate one Dutchtown will be very, very interesting, especially with how physical Dutchtown can be. Northgate got some really good linebackers, Bryson Davies and also Braxton Davies, so got to watch for that as well. Quarterback's been playing pretty good this season, Dylan Barber, so he's definitely going to have to come ready. They're going to have a balanced attack going against Dutchtown. They can't leave points on the board, so that's going to be an intriguing matchup for me. That's my stance on that. Peachtree Ridge Lambert, I think that's probably one of the more intriguing ones that nobody's really talking about. Is Darnell Kelly, King Rod Thomas, Miles Abernathy's having a great year. Lamar White, who I think is actually the son of Roddy White that played for the Falcons. They got a lot of weapons, right?
Yeah, he is the coach.
Wide receiver coach. So I think that's an intriguing matchup. Lambert's a team that a lot of people don't talk about, but Lambert is really physical. Lambert does a lot of stuff well, so that's not going to be an easy win for Peachtree Ridge. They're going to have to be ready, but it's going to be a home game. I think they got the 2 seed. Yeah, it's going to be a home game for them. So, I mean, they should be able to come out top. Coach Helmer has been doing a good job. I had to win the region early on in the season. They didn't win it, but nonetheless, I still think they're going to be able to have a nice little run come postseason time. So, that one should be interesting. Blessed Trinity and Creekview. Creekview's we're kind of reeling right now, to be honest. I think Blessed Trinity has too much talent, right? David Jacobs, is having the freshman stand out on the defensive line. He's next level. Bruce Goodman's been having a good season. Can't forget about the 6'6" target and Bryce Lewis. Who you just throw the ball up to him or give it to the ball over the middle. He can make the plays. And also Zion McKenzie, the wide receiver. He's been having a good season. He's one of those dynamic playmakers with the ball in his hands. I think Blessed Trinity just has too much weapons for them, honestly. I think they're going to win that one, in my humble opinion.
All right.
Yep. All right, let's keep it rolling. All right, let's go to our next one. As we mentioned, it is playoff time, so now we're going to go through some matchups. These are the marquee ones. Colquitt County versus Parkview. I'm going to start with Bacon.
Crazy.
This is going to be a crazy matchup. Guess what? This game is already featured as Max Prep's game of the week nationally, right?
Okay.
And I hate to say it, I'm going to reserve my opinion, but I'm going to throw it to Bacon and then Jerome and get you guys to take on this matchup before I give my opinion.
3 words, man. Bell 2 behind Colquitt. Big win. They don't got enough. They don't got enough of them down South Georgia boys, man. You know what I mean? So hate to see Mike Matthews go out of there, you know what I mean? But he's on the bigger and better things, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to be an early enrollee at 10, but, you know, it was nice watching you, my friend. If you don't go early, you know what I'm saying? If you want to pull out the basketball sneakers, we won't mind seeing you lace up the Parkview orange one more time, my friend. But this is it. Book your ticket to the next orange you're gonna be wearing, man. I'll pass it to you, Jerome.
I hate this because I agree with Bacon. As much as I love seeing
That's why you hate it?
Yeah, because I like Parkview. I got good ties to them. It's right down the street from my house, man. That's one of the first teams that brought me in and allowed me to, cover their players and stuff like that. And they got a lot of talent. Coach B. Miller over there, really close with him and everything like that. So I'm really close with the organization. I'm really close with a lot of the players. Like I said last week, a lot of talent on this team, man. But that Colquitt team, I just feel like they're way more physical, bro. I mean, like I said, I seen Colquitt one time in person last year against Lee County. They are a physical team. Like, And then I got to see some of the games this year, and they don't hang around with good teams, man. They pin them away. They roll them in the ball and tuck them in the corner. Like when they ready to finish the game, they finish their game. Yeah. There's a little bag in it. But yeah, man, this Coquitlam team, I just feel like, you know, their defense is a really high flying defense. And then just to repeat what I said last week, man, Parkview's quarterback right now, it's just hard to really put a lot of trust in him. I think he's a great kid, but it's hard to put a lot of trust in the quarterback once he's so young, and you can't really rely on your running game because, you know, what's his name got injured in the beginning of the season, which made it very difficult for him, you know. So, you know, they have to rely on the passing game a lot, and he can't have a quarterback don't have a lot of experience keep chucking it back there and checking it out and trying to get it out there. So Colquitt they got Nye Carr and, you know, their tight end, who I'm forgetting his name right now. So I just think that the matchup it's not a good matchup. I'm sorry. Sorry, Parkview. Love you guys.
Yeah, no disrespect. Obviously, love what Coach Sturdivant has done. I know coming in, I thought some of their players, they had state championship aspirations, and I know a lot of people are with them, and I'm going to be one of them. I think first round exit, no disrespect. This is not a great matchup, man. If they play somebody else, probably like their chances, but you're playing the number one team. Playing Colquitt County, was not lost yet again. He's all 13-0 last year. This team is just, you know, the talent level you could probably say is the same on certain aspects, but I believe in Nico fan more, you know, and I like Mike Matthews, and like Jalen Crawford, and Zealand Six, and Carson Wilson, but they don't got their two, like you said, it's a one-dimensional offense to a degree. They can run it with David Ross a little bit, but you're not getting the same level of production you were getting with a Kyrie Spain who ran for 2,000 yards last year, with a Trey Maddox who was running for nearly 1,000 yards or 1,000 yards last year. You're not getting that same production, and that kind of alleviates what a quarterback has to do. So, again, talent-wise, I think it's about the same. But I just think they're rolling right now. Colquitt County is trying to get their revenge. They lost the semifinals in Carrollton last year. They're trying to get right back to the mountaintop. They're trying to make a finals berth and win it all, man. That's what they're trying to do. So I just think it's too much. Landon Thomas, that's the tight end you were thinking about, the Florida State commit, Jerome. You know, Nye Carr. It's just going to be a lot for them to shut down. And then offensively, you know, if you go 3-and-out with this team, they're going to make you pay. So I think they're going to have a little bit of trouble offensively. And I got Colquitt County, man, by Lynn. I think they win by more than 14 points.
Most definitely.
Yep, I agree with that, man.
Yes, sir. But we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to move on to North Atlanta and Houston County. I'm actually excited about this one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, I got to see North Atlanta up close and personal, and they laid it on Dunwoody, boy. They laid it on them. And the crazy stat, Zayden Benson, that dynamic wide receiver corner, has 4 pick sixes this year. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4, right? And why I bring that up, it's going to be a secondary matchup, right, against their elite wide receivers. We know how good Ricky Johnson and Stanford Commit is. We know how good Kel Wilburn is, who's going to Cincinnati. Their secondary with Salim Davis, who transferred over from Westlake, who's been having a great season for North Atlanta Saints, and Zayden Benson on that back end. They're going to have to be able to slow them down, right? So that's I got my eyes at in this game. It's going to be on GPB, so I'm excited for that as well. Get to see it on TV. North Atlanta doesn't get featured a lot, but in the Corky Kell Classic, they're going to get another chance to be on TV. They played last year. Houston County won. I'm going to tell you one player. My X factor in this game, Chase Linton. Got to see him up close last week, and he was all over the field, being disruptive, getting sacked, PBUs, plastic collections. He's going to be a key piece. And the reason I say that, I got to see Houston County play Lee County. And the difference in the game was their defensive line started to get home. Leroy Jackson started to take over that game. He had 3 sacks in the final 3 possessions. If Linton can have that kind of an impact, he doesn't necessarily have to have 6 sacks in this game for them to win. But if he can start to heat up late in the game and get pressure on Antoine Hill, I think that can make a difference in this game as well. Obviously, they got a lot of different weapons you throw the ball to. But Chase Linton is my X factor. And last note, I love the progression and the maturation of Ian Reynolds. He looks comfortable for North Atlanta, the quarterback, and they got so many weapons he can get the ball to. 2-headed monster in the backfield with Demetrius Barnes and Darius Malcolm, so they can run the ball with you, and they can also throw it. Got Grant Thompson, Got Dallas Ford and Zayden Benson as your wide receivers, and they can throw the ball over the middle with the tight end. This North Carolina team is fast. A lot of the players run track. It's gonna be a barn burner, man. This is gonna be a great matchup. I can't wait. I'm taking North Carolina though at home with the big win.
Ooh, they at home. North Atlanta's at home.
Yeah, now it's
That's
not
tough.
technically a home game. I mean, it is, but it's not. They play at Midtown High School over there by Piedmont Park. So,
Man,
you know how that goes.
bro. If I wasn't locked in, I would definitely go to this game. But I'm gonna do it for the homeboys this week. But this is definitely one to go see. I'm glad it's on TV. I get to watch that film. But I'm rolling with that boy, man. I'm rolling with that boy Antoine Hill. I like him, man. I like his game. It's tough not to go with somebody who's going to prime time. He said prime time. This Friday is gonna be a prime time in a couple months. You know what I mean? 1,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, a few picks with 3. Man, I'm gonna roll with the big time playmaker Antoine Hill, man. I like the black on both of them got black and white, but I like the black and white down the close to Macon County a little better, man. Go Bears, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, all that black football makes me feel like it's like a Raiders on Raiders or something, man. I was looking at this like, hold on, these colors, man. I like it, but listen, I'll be completely honest. I don't know a lot about North Atlanta. Houston County, I know a lot about Antoine Hill, and that's about it. So I'm going to say that I don't know too much about these teams myself. I haven't been able to cover a lot of them this season or prior to this. But I will say I do like what Antoine Hill is doing. I heard a lot about North Atlanta. So I haven't been able to look at it myself, but I heard a lot about North Atlanta. So I'm not going to really give you my own prediction, but I'm hearing this is going to be a really good game. I'm hearing that, they got a lot of good talent on both teams, a lot of good matchups that we can definitely talk about next week when we see the end results on this. So I'm gonna put a mulligan out there. I'm not gonna say a team because I don't know enough about them. I don't know enough about North Atlanta, and like I said, I know about Antoine Hill playing at quarterback position. But I am looking forward to this one. That maybe this might be a game I can go to. I don't know.
This is the one, twin.
Maybe this is the one I can get myself acclimated with these teams. Sure.
You need to, man. And you're sleeping on North Atlanta. Coach Hall, and this is the last note for me. He's doing an impeccable job, right? They have 3 consecutive winning seasons, 2 back-to-back seasons with 8+ wins. They've been setting history ever since he's gotten there. He's been doing an outstanding job with that program. A lot of his kids run track. If you go to this game, I'm telling y'all, that speed, athleticism is going to jump off the tape. These kids do not play. They fly to the ball, and they're athletic. They will hit you, bro. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna see. And my biggest thing with Antoine Hill, he can ball. He's great. Can they protect him? That's the question for me. Can they protect him? We're gonna find out. That's gonna be a great matchup. We're gonna get the breakdown next week. Last note before we transition to hoops, I want to bring this up. All right, I want to bring this up.
Yeah.
Now I talked about it at the intro.
Yeah.
Okay. I want y'all to flow with me with this bracket. Okay. We got potential history in 7A, okay? Now listen to this bracket. I'm excited. Wheeler, Buford, first-round matchup. Denmark, Norcross, second-round matchup. Not second round, I'm sorry. First-round matchup as well in the same bracket with them. East Coweta, North Paulding, in the other bracket. And then you got Richmond Hill, Grayson.
East Coweta, brother. I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother. East Coweta.
I'll be hearing so many different.
I'm finna get Jerome right too. He saying Houston County is Houston, brother. If you're gonna be covering this GA team, you gotta have the pronunciation right, brother.
Sure.
So you say East Coweta?
Yeah.
Okay, East Coweta. I've heard so many different pronunciations for it. But thank you, my brother, for correcting me. Why I bring this up is the second round matchup could potentially be Buford and Norcross, right? They played in a scrimmage earlier this year. Right, I know most people are going to take Buford to win that. That's still an intriguing matchup for me. I know Norcross lost to North Gwinnett. We'll see who comes on top. But why I bring all this up? Grayson is going to play Richmond Hill, and they play the winner out of East Coweta. Did I say that right? East Coweta.
Long E. Yeah, you good.
Okay, East Coweta. Okay, my bad. And North Paulding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Grayson wins the first 2 matchup, guys. I want y'all to picture this big picture. They're going to play Grayson in the quarterfinals for the first time ever. These teams have never faced off ever. Okay? Now, I'm telling y'all right now, this is the matchup. I don't care whoever's watching tonight. This is a matchup you put on TV. Okay? Some matchups you don't put on TV. This is the matchup you put on TV. I'm telling y'all, I've seen Grayson. Jerome, you know Grayson well.
Yes, sir.
You're pretty familiar with Grayson as well.
Yeah.
Arvon and Bacon. You know them too.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, man, that would be a home game for Grayson.
Buford.
Grayson's going to win that. It really don't matter if it's at Buford.
This clip going up.
Yeah, clip this, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Hold on with Grayson. They can fly sideline to sideline. They got the secondary to match up. And Tyler Atkinson is a bad, bad man. Now you're looking at the side of the ball. Oh, can Grayson score? Okay. Bacon, you pointed out now how he was laying the shoulder on Zealous Hicks, right?
Yeah.
Dylan Elder. So they can run that ball. They can run that rock, be physical with you, and they can also beat you with Jeff Davis. Jeff Davis didn't have his best game against Parkview, but it still showed that they can beat you and they can beat you pretty handily.
6 for 12.
Yes. Now, his other game when they played Archer and they needed him to pass a little bit more, guess what he had? Only 5 incompletions and 3 touchdowns. They got the playmakers that can cause problems for Buford. I'm telling y'all. Besides KJ Bolden, I don't know about that secondary, dog. I'm telling y'all. You're going to see. You got John Seniors, who's a speedster, and he can win the 50-50 and the go ball. You got Alexander Sanchez, and you got Colin Fox, who's a mismatch. Who's going to guard him? Right? You're going to put KJ on him? You're going to be susceptible to the other routes. I'm telling y'all, that's the matchup you put on TV, and don't be surprised. I mean, Buford coming in, you get Dylan Raiola, you're expecting to contend and win the state championship. That is not – you go back to last year, even though Buford got bounced the second round, I think this year is a tougher bracket than last year, even though Walton's a great team, but they're on opposite spectrums this year.
Yeah.
This is a tougher matchup. And even if Buford comes and win this game, guess what they got waiting for him? Guess, y'all.
Who they got, twin?
Colquitt County.
Colquitt County.
This is a tougher bracket for me. I'm telling y'all. And if they play Grayson, I'm rolling with Grayson. Grayson's going to win that. I'm telling y'all. Grayson is not messing around this year, bro.
Let me take that
now,
back.
What y'all think?
I'm gonna add this. I wouldn't if I'm Grayson, I wouldn't put KJ on Colin per se. I in fact I would rather have Colin beat me than John Seniors. I would kind of maybe bracket cover Seniors and we'll eat with him killing us up the seam or whatever happens.
Grayson can run though.
Yeah, they can run the ball. They can run the ball. They got good linebackers. They got a good D-line, man.
They do got great linebackers.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, even if you stop their run, they can throw the ball.
Yeah.
You can't stop both. It's not, to me, it's not going to happen. And Jeff Davis looks a lot better.
He does look a lot better. That is a fact.
Listen.
I see you a little bit. What y'all think?
Listen, I have a little bias towards, Grayson. Like I said, Grayson and Parkview was two of the top teams that, got me into their buildings, and they have a lot of talent on both sides. So I will just put that out there. But everything that he's saying, bro, like, I agree. Like, everything I've been saying with Buford, bro, like, they've been blowing teams. They've been beating the teams they're supposed to. But, like, the teams that they're supposed to beat, they're like, what happened? Like, oh, okay. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Only loss.
Like, all the hype with Buford, man, I'm not seeing it, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, yes, they only have one loss. I get it. And they got a lot of talent. They do.
Close game.
I don't know, dude. It's just it doesn't seem like a cohesive team. Like, Grayson looked like a team. Buford looked like players. I'll say it just like that.
Dominated Collins Hill. Beat North Cobb, beat St. Francis. You know what I'm saying? These are no teams that we can just turn our nose up at. You feel what I'm saying?
Collins Hill fell off, dude.
They did, but scoreless.
We can't snooze. Wait, hold on.
I said the teams I just named, St. Francis. We just aren't any teams that we can just turn our nose up at. You feel what I'm saying? So credible opponents.
The first one's you right. You right about St. Francis. I give you that. I give you Malik Grace, and I give you a North Cobb. Right? I'm not giving you Collins Hill.
Only reason why I brought up Collins Hill because they beat him 43-0. You know what I mean? That's a dominant win. That's a
Yeah, but you're
program we
supposed
know.
to do. If you're that talented of a team, that's what you're supposed to do. You're
No,
supposed to win.
Exactly. And Collins Hill's rebuilding, right? I love Coach Drew Schwick, and he's going to have
Correct.
that program back right. He knows what he's doing. But they still got pieces they're trying to get together. That's kind of a team. They in the playoffs, so he did an outstanding job. But that's a team that's building. They're not there yet. They're not on the Buford level.
For sure.
We see a team that's on the level, right? A team that we wasn't really talking about, Mill Creek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why. After I seen them their first game against North Gwinnett, I was like, yeah, they're for real.
Right. I didn't know. I still was like, okay, this is North Gwinnett. New coach, new pieces.
True,
Hey.
new coach.
But still, I'm telling y'all, that's the matchup, bro.
Yeah.
And then on the other bracket, potentially Walton and Carrollton in a rematch in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, man. Stay tuned for that. I'm finna get to this Wendell Gregory interview. That's gonna be a good one. But if it came out of that, I think I'm gonna lean towards the Walton side. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Defense is
Boston's a beast, bro.
They are they hungry this year, man. I know I've been in and out of the camp, and we've been seeing them since the summer, so that might cause a little bias. But I do live closer to Carrollton than I do Walton, if that stands for anything. But I like Walton, man. They're balanced and do a lot. I guess the only hole maybe is the secondary. Maybe.
I wouldn't even say that.
Like what's safety wise?
No.
I mean they got Bam.
And Broad, they got Wyatt Sonderman. No.
Wyatt Sonderman, yeah.
No. They are so much better this year than last year.
That's facts.
Defensively. Not even offensively, defensively.
Yeah. I like
And
the
guess
Willie
what?
Calhoun edition. That's my favorite one.
Exactly. And then you get a stable left tackle. Come on, bro. And the crazy part, they haven't even used their whole plethora of just running back core this year, right? Makari Botterford's fresh. The last game was the first time he's had over 10 carries in a game. Come on, he's fresh too. With Jeremy, with that receiving core and Cameron Lloyd.
Yeah.
Hey man, we gonna find out. I can't wait. I got one more matchup and we're gonna go to hoops. What do y'all think of a potential match? This is 6A now. Now you've seen them.
Yeah.
Douglas County and Gainesville in the semifinals.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
go.
Whoa! You seen them up close in
Boys in
person a couple times. I have two bacon. Hey, that's a matchup you signed me up for too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to call up Coach White for that sit down.
You know what I'm saying? Gainesville's the favorite in 6A, but I think Douglas County. Y'all
Douglas County, bro.
I like
that game that they played against Langston Hughes, bro.
Yeah.
Bacon, you was there, bro.
Yeah.
I said it when he was there. That was the game of the year.
Yeah.
That was the game of the year, bro.
Yeah, game.
And I said it, bro. Like after that, I look at Douglas County as a team to beat. People are not saying it. They have a lot of young pieces, so I think that's why people are like not really like paying attention to them. But bro, they are good. They're a good team, bro. They're a really good team. And Najee, we already talked about the quarterback, man. We've been saying this forever, man. Zaire is.
You already know. I've been hollering for long.
He is a baller, bro. Like, and this is the thing about him. Like, and I kind of wish he doesn't do this because he kind of starts so slow. But like once he starts heating up and the numbers start piling in, they literally start piling in. He's like a running back. Like you got to keep giving him targets and you got to keep letting him throw. The more he throws, the better he gets throughout the game. I've been saying this since I've known this kid. He's good, bro. He's very underrated. I like him.
Is Israel back?
Israel, yeah, I didn't hear about that because he did get injured in that game that we was at.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about it. I could look it up real quick, but not sure.
Facts, yeah, I think
if he isn't, they're gonna need him for sure because he's a baller too.
Yeah. Fast.
I'll throw it to you, Bacon, and get your take. All I'm gonna say, if they play that matchup, Douglas County gonna have to be physical, dog.
Yeah, they've been physical
with you. They gonna run that ball. No, I'm telling you, no, because I've seen them in the heat, and I've seen them against Mays, and that first half was ugly. Now, I don't know what Coach White said to him, but he got him back right. You're gonna have to be physical for 4 quarters, dog. Gainesville not gonna play with you with Gavin Hall and crew and Baxter Wright and being able to throw the ball with Eric Carr and Travion Watson. Gainesville not going to
Yeah.
play with you, bro. You're going to have to be physical for 4 quarters. So I
True.
didn't see Douglas County in that game against Langston Hughes. I didn't see them early in the season.
You can watch
So
the
I give
film,
you
brother.
that. Still,
Yeah.
they going to have to be
So,
physical. You got to get it right.
I'm looking at it. It don't look like play versus Newton.
So he's still
That
out.
was 2 games ago. So he might still be out. Yeah.
Gotcha. We'll have to do some reporting, figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also want to say this on Langston's behalf. I don't think we should write them off just yet. They did beat
I agree.
Carrollton at the beginning of the season, but I am leaning more towards the Douglas County, more the Douglas County side. But quick story. So, it's Jerome and I and Jeremy. We at the game. We get there. This year's been a newfound year. They had to stricken down the rules for media getting in. It's been showing support, but that's another discussion for another day. So we at the gate, right? We getting there early. Want to see the pregame. We probably waited like maybe 30 minutes. We phone calling people trying to get, if they got inside, let's get in. So anyway, I get tired. I hear about there's another way in. I take the back door in, side gate. Get in. I sent a picture to Jerome on Twitter, kind of, let him know where I'm at. I guess he didn't see it, so I'll talk to my man's can't remember his name now.
Guy's name too.
Later. Yeah. Exclusive Production. Shout out to Exclusive Productions. Go follow him. Yeah. So I'm sitting there chopped up with my man. They come in. I'm smiling at them. They're smiling at me. He's like, man, how'd you get in? I said, man, I flanked her. Came out of the back door, got in, but that's just my little story. But yeah, definitely on Douglas County. They got a lot of talented athletes. I like James Johnson. I like Aaron Gregory. I'm really waiting to see that big, flashy, explosive game that we all really want to see. That 8 catches, 120, a touchdown or 2. You know what I'm saying? A little short route to the house.
You talking about Gregory?
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, like I'm real close with his dad. Me and him text all the time. He's been injured he's been battling injuries all year. So his production is not up there because he's been battling injuries, but he's a warrior, bro. He's going out there, he keeps playing, like, and even bro, in that game, like he wasn't supposed to play in that Langston Hughes game. He told his coaches, I'm playing.
What was he at with?
They let him, huh?
What was he hurting? What was it like?
His ankle. He's been dealing with ankle injury like all year. So he keeps injured. He actually injured it again in that game, actually. But like even with that injury ankle, he's going out there. He almost had 2 touchdowns in that game. Very game by inches, man. He literally could have had two touchdowns in the game. Thanks. So, I think he's a very talented kid. I think he's better than he's been playing this year because of that ankle injury that he's been toughening out all year. So I think even maybe like 2 or 3 games after that, his dad told me he got injured again in that game. So he's battling, man, and I hope he gets healthy. I hope he is healthy now. I actually haven't talked to his dad in like 2 or 3 weeks now. But yeah, he's been battling injuries all season.
Inside of Jerome with the player report.
Yes, sir.
A little quick 4A news. I'm gonna throw Langston. LaGrange is my dark horse coming out of 4A. We know what Coach Napier doing down there in LaGrange, man. So that's just my dark horse coming out of 4A. Yeah. Unless you have anything else to add, Naj, we can go on to the 3-man, really 2-man weave. You know what I'm saying? Jerome, we gotta get you more involved in the hoops, man.
I'm still weaving a little bit, you're just not passing the ball. Like I'm weaving, but
hey. You can lead the fast break, dog.
He on me out of bounds. We on the fast break. He out of bounds, bro. Nah.
Yeah. I'm a little slow getting up there, but
yeah, you a little slow. But yeah, that's all I got, man. But yeah, I agree. Last take, and we're gonna move to hoops right now. I agree with Bacon. We can't sleep on Langston Hughes, man. This is the team that won it all. They still got Prentice Aaron Nolan. They still got Jacob Good. They still got all them dudes. They still got Justice Savage. The team with Coach Boone, you cannot sleep on. They're still a dangerous team come postseason time. So team to watch. The only loss is to Douglas County. Let's be honest. And I think that's it. And they lost to the North Carolina team. Other than that, I mean, they've been doing their thing. So let's not sleep on them either. But let's keep it rolling.
Got any word on Cedar Grove? Anybody got any word on that bracket?
They're gonna play Calvary Day, I think, come quarterfinals or semifinals like last year.
Cedar Grove is the one that got Tay Harris, right?
No, that's Cedartown. That's 4A.
Cedartown. I always get those confused. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But all right, we're gonna leave that there, man. We're gonna go transition to some hoops, man. Time to talk some hoops. The 3-man weave. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to hoops. Bacon, I'm gonna let you start, my guy. What stands out?
What stands out is the one that's this weekend, Grayson versus McEachern. I don't think I'm gonna be in the house this weekend, but if I can make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen for the fans, man. But I know Nas, you believe in towards Grayson, man. It's tough not to go with McEachern, man. I feel like Ace Bailey. Before that Cooper Flag reclassification, I was gonna say best player in the classification. He is that dude. Matter of fact, he is that man. He's that boy. You know what I mean? Super talented. They got a couple of other 3-4 stars on the team, man. I just feel like they got that kind of Bulls type of team, man. I can't remember I'm gonna try to find his name, the brother's name, number 20 last year. He might have a different number this year. Dennis Rodman for them. Slept on, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna make a lot of big plays for them. Rebounds, lower post defense, little perimeter defense, but it's tough not to go with Ace Bailey. I know Grayson's got a lot of teams, similar scenario like Buford. A lot of players being thrown together. I know they have some players that's a part of the old regime, but when you got a team that's like this, and they got an Ace Bailey that poke you in the eye every now and again, I'm telling you, man.
With the finger wag.
Grayson only added
30 basketball.
They added Dominique Wilkinson, Jacob Wilkins. Let's relax. That's a 4-star player committed to Georgia. Okay. This is one of the deepest rosters, I think, in 7A. They are the favorite, in my opinion. Here, look, man, you got one of the best backcourts in the state of Georgia. C.J. Highland, West Carolina commit, and Jakari Harris, who will not commit it soon, right? They're going to be too much to handle. Then you got Jacob Wilkins, who's going to play the forward position, and you got Amir Taylor, who get the ball down deep. We'll see if Colin Fox is done playing. He played with them last year. Let's find out. That's a standout tight end. We'll see. He might hang up his basketball shoes and might just go ahead and enroll early at UCF. We're going to find that out, right? But Coach Jeffrey Pierce, I think I looked it up this week for you, Bacon. I don't think he's had less than 20 wins in a season in his career with Grayson. Okay?
Who's that?
That's Coach Jeffrey Pierce for Grayson, their head coach. Okay? Tremaine Edgram's good too. He's been on the playoff burst. And I disagree with you. Another player we need to watch for too, you didn't even mention, Jay Nash from McEachern, right? He's going to be there along with an Ace Bailey, right? So I agree with you. They got some dudes. They got some players. This is just going to be an electric matchup. And the crazy part, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I like Bacon had froze.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we get.
But the crazy part about it, Bacon, they just had a kid. You said they just threw something together with Grayson. Did you know McEachern got a kid, Jay Nash, that transferred in, a 3-star prospect that is from Tennessee, and he led the team last year to a 33-3 record and a berth in the Division II AA state championship in Tennessee, an elite passer, and set the career assist record at his school at Briarcrest. He is now on the team for McEachern as well. So that's a player to watch for, okay? So McEachern also gets players that transfers in and comes out. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about. I'm rolling with Grayson, man. I like McEachern. I like the head coach. I like Jay Nash. I like Ace Bailey. They're deep. They're talented. They're very good. But Grayson just got too much depth, man. I'm telling you, this team, this is their year. If they don't win it this year, they're going to feel bad for themselves. They should feel sorry for themselves. They are that good. They got the head coach. They got the talent. Grayson should win it all this year.
So you got Grayson on both sides, bro.
I mean, the basketball team's elite. I think you muted, Bacon.
You're muted, Bacon. My man over here going crazy. You're muted.
Am I back? I'm back, yeah.
Yeah, you're back. Come on. What was you saying?
Yeah, you look like you was going in, my boy.
Yeah, you like you was going in. What you got to say?
Business, man. I watched a lot of Ace Bailey this summer, man. I really seen him with ALT. He was really doing a lot with a bag of chips. No disrespect to his teammates. And his teammate last year was number 30. I'm not even going to try to say his name was an African brother. But anyway, my point is, the man does a lot with a little, and now he's got some hefty portions of Wagyu beef and potatoes He's fed, man. He gonna feed.
Did
He gonna
you
feed
know
everybody
about
else.
Did you know about Jay Nash before I brought him up though?
I did know about Jay Nash. I just don't have everybody's name locked in as of right now. But yeah,
We gonna
and he
find out
can't
though.
forget Moses Hips, man. Come on, man. JD's probably not gonna play. I see he's on the roster, but I
JD
haven't
probably not
heard
gonna play. He's
anything.
dealing with that condition.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
if he
think
does,
JD
that
gonna play.
changes the game.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Bacon. We attended multiple summer basketball events this year. I was not that impressed with Moses Hips, bro. I mean, he played on the team with CJ Brown. Obviously, that might just be
He's a
the
catch
team
and
he
shoot.
played with AAU. But he got to be able to do a little bit more. I know he's talented. I know he's good, but
Yeah.
I was not really impressed. That's why I would mention Jay Nash and Bailey before I mention him. No disrespect, he can ball, but
Yeah,
I got to see it, man. And that's why I'm gonna
play
go to the
deep.
game so I can see it.
he can play a little defense too now. Play a little D.
All right.
So what's
Go
your
ahead, I'll let
spread,
you
man?
lead.
What's your spread? You got
It's
5,
gonna be
10.
Nah, man, it's not gonna be no blowout, man. McKeitron gonna come to
It
play.
could be. Now, basketball is a funny game.
It is a funny game, but that's not. They're not gonna go in McKeitron, who's hosting the event, and beat the brakes off them. No, this is probably gonna be about a 5-8. You know what I'm saying? Spread type of game, maybe even like a 3-5, 3-6. It's gonna be a good game. Full 4 quarters, probably gonna come down to the stretch. Somebody gonna hit a big shot. Jakari Harris, combo guard, can play 1 or 2, even a 3 if he wanted to. I got Grayson in about that 3-5, 3-7 range.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Jerome?
Yeah. I had no idea what y'all talking about.
I don't know why you try, Baker.
Hey, y'all put me on game. I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm dead. All right, man, let's go to our next segment. And let's talk about Caleb Wilson. Will he commit to Georgia Tech? I think this is a good question, right? He looked pretty good in that yellow, man. He attended the school. They just got their first big win. They beat Georgia Southern. I know everybody's like, oh, well, it's Georgia Southern.
That's a good team. That's a good team.
Right. You want to start off fresh. And
most baits on the coaching staff.
Exactly. So they got some good pieces on there, man. And I think, as I said with football with Georgia Tech, and I said I thought this year they were going to have a better year. They're 1 win away from being bowl eligible. All they need to do is beat either Clemson or Syracuse in the next couple of weeks. They will be bowl eligible. And don't sleep. They got to host Georgia also this year at home. Don't be surprised if that is an upset. I'm saying it right now.
There you go.
We're going to go back. We're going to go back to basketball. They got the pieces. If they can land a Jakari Harris or a Caleb Wilson or just one like 4-star piece, they're like that close away, I think, to being like, okay, this team is back. They're competing and contending the ACC. They can make a tournament run. They need a couple more pieces they need to get. But I think Caleb Wilson, he's going to add a lot to them. And he kind of, I told you in person, Bacon, he reminds me of Kevin Durant. He just does. Tall, lanky, efficient scorer.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I'll say this. Caleb, not Caleb. Caleb. Out of Alabama, Buckhorn, Caleb Holt, and Akai Fleming were on a visit at Georgia Tech at the same time. I don't know, man. I don't know about Caleb going to Tech. He's got got Kentucky, he's got Duke.
You're right, but Tech. Listen to me. Tech needs to land one of these players, bro. They need to land an Akai Fleming. They need to land a Jakari Harris. They need to land a Caleb Holt or Caleb Wilson. They got to, bro. If you want to get back into competing with the Blue Bloods, you don't have a choice. You got to get one of these players, bro.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, I heard through 247, Jakari Harris is very warm with Georgia Tech. That's all they need, bro. They land one, the other one's gonna come.
Yeah. Caleb, we got to see. We'll definitely have our reporting hats on. You know what I mean? We'll definitely stay tuned, viewers. You know what I'm saying? We got to beat on this thing called GHSA Sports. You know what I mean? That's why y'all tune in. And we already dropped some nuggets here on that. But we got to see. TBH, not TBH, TBC, TBD. To be determined, to be continued. Yeah. All of that.
All right, man. Let's keep rolling. Graydon Lou to stand out from Alexander narrows down his top 3.
Yeah.
Kennesaw State, Missouri State, and also Georgia Southern. So what do you think about that? He's a really great player. He has some really great offers, man. Penn State, some really good programs. Surprised he's top 3. But to me, it looks like he wants to stay home, right? He wants to stay home, go home and ball for one of these teams. Kennesaw State's not a bad option. Georgia Southern's not a bad option. Kennesaw State's coming off one of their best seasons in program history, making the tournament, making some
Lost their
noise.
head coach.
Lost their head coach. They did. He's down, I think, at USF now.
UCF Central.
UCF. So where do you think he goes?
I think it's between Kennesaw State, Georgia Southern.
Me too.
He probably end up going to Kennesaw, to be honest, but Georgia Southern wouldn't be a bad look. They got something special down there, I believe. He probably goes to Kennesaw State. They still got I know what's his name, Semi, played at Tri-Cities. That's the only one I know. I know they lost Youngblood and the other guard. They follow coach to UCF, so they're gonna be kind of a new look team this year. So let's see. He won't have to commit until probably after the season. So it'll probably be, I don't know. I don't have any inside scoop on that. I just know he's real calm, reserved, man. He's not big for the flash. So I really honestly can see him at Kennesaw. What you think, Naj?
Yeah, I can see him at Kennesaw too. I think he fits right in with that program. Really great player. Can do a little bit of everything. He's one of the reasons why Alexander's the favorite in 6A going into this season in basketball.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see, man. I have not seen him in person. I've seen his film. I will say that. I've seen his film. I have not seen him in person. That's my goal this season, is trying to go to a couple more games and see a couple more players, kind of get my name a little bit more known and kind of build a relationship rapport with these basketball players that I have with the football players.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm excited to see him up close in person. But I think Kennesaw State, man, I think that's a good fit for him. And he's close to home. It's not that far. Kennesaw State is building a great program, and they're playing D1 ball now. So I think it's great.
Facts. You can also tune in if you want to see how Braden Lou is when he's playing AAU basketball for Team Huncho against, I can't remember who they were playing, but you can catch that mic'd up on Bacon Network, man. But yeah, real good kid, man. Super talented on the high school level. Playing lesser talent, you can see he maybe he looks a little bit more dominant when he's playing up against players more skilled like him. He's got a nice turnaround fade, all around game, man. He's gonna be a dominant force. I won't be surprised to go back to back, man. Well coached team.
100%. But that's all the topics I got. I'm gonna throw it to you, Bacon. I know you got a couple more hoop topics you want to talk about, so I'm gonna let you lead.
Yeah, man. We can't get out of here without talking about the freshman class that just left Georgia. That's out west and up north in Connecticut. We'll start first with Stephon Castle, man. 19 minutes played last night for the number 6 ranked UConn Huskies against
Defending
champs, man. How could I forget? Against NAU, he played 19 minutes, which is key. I watched his highlights. He had some moments where he was kind of running the offense for the second unit. So that just shows how he's picking up the playbook, adjusted to the college life. 5 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3. Got to the line 8 times, was 5 for 8. We want to see a little better shooting percentage from his charity stripe, but 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. Not bad. 19 minutes worth of play. Solid performance by the young man. He's even on the tongue of some people in the basketball world was on some podcasts. He was giving some high praise. They really want to see how Stephon plays. And 19 minutes, probably looking at the 6-man role. He tied with same minutes with S. Johnson. See what his name is real quick. We'll pull him up, give him a little shine. Samson Johnson Jr. So they kind of played the same amount of minutes. So 6th or 7th man. But it's going to be interesting to see how this young, talented man from the Peach State develops. Assassin, in my opinion. Obviously, coming off the bench looks like it's going to be probably a year two before he goes into puts his name in the draft. But excited to see what he has in store, man. I'll pass it to you, Naj.
Yeah, I think for it being his first game and for him to get that much playing time, I think says a lot, right? Even as a freshman, it's hard to even garner minutes, right? And you're doing it on a defending national championship team, and you were very effective in your time. That just bodes well for him, I think. I think even he might not even have to wait a year. If he has a decent season and UConn is back to it, and he's averaging like 15 a game, 8 assists, he potentially put his name in the draft then. Yeah. That's impressive as a freshman.
Yeah.
Coming from Newton and going in and having that kind of an impact on your team in the first game of the season. Regardless of whatever you say about the opponent, that's still impressive. And I think he's going to get better and better as the season progresses. He's going to feel more comfortable. And obviously, the coach trusts him because he's using him in key spots. As you said, he's running the second team. So all that stuff is important. And he's going to get comfortable and better and better and better. So I think the kid got a bright future, man. If he keep doing what he's doing, stay locked in, and keep coming to practice every day, keep getting better, they're going to lean on him. You see things like this all the time, Bacon. Kids come in, they freshman season, they get a little bit of playing time to start, and then right around mid-season, right, January and February comes around. Then the tournament. Next thing you know, this kid is garnering 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 28, 30, 32, playing in the overtime. You know what I'm saying? It don't take much, and it's all about the comfortability and the coaches being able to trust you. So I think he got a lot going for himself, man. He keep it going. I think he's going to be just fine.
That's facts. Now we're going to move on to the second player coming out of Wheeler High School, I believe from the Hamptons of Georgia, Isaiah Collier, 7 for 9 from the field, 1 for 3 from the three-point line, perfect night from the free throw line, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. That's his points, but then he had 18. Impressive, fouled out, as you said earlier, I believe. Big body bends, got to the basket at will, had some good passes. They didn't have Bronny James last night. Oh, we can't forget about Arrington Page. I'm sorry, brother. Big man Arrington Page, 3 for 5 from the field, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 defensive, 5 total, 6 points. Only 1 personal foul. We want to see him a little more aggressive. He might have been a little tense under the SoCal lights, but the brother nonetheless had a solid performance. But back to Isaiah, man, just a big body bands, man. What he the 3-pointer he hit, it didn't seem like his form was all the way there, but that was kind of the same in high school. So I think it's going to be a progression for that shot. Ranked 21, I feel like that's honestly a little too low for them. They should have been like mid-pack, maybe 14 to 15 range. You got Bronny James, man. Either we oversold some people because they got Dennis Rodman's son.
They got Buggy Ellis. Come on, bro.
Buggy Ellis, yeah. Player from last year, right?
Yeah, he can hoop. Like, what are we doing? They should have been easily a top 12, top 15 team.
Easy.
Now, I know Bronny's not going to be there because his dad already said he got to get a checkup first. Everything goes right, and he'll rejoin the team.
Okay.
But still, you got the number 1 player in the country, and Boogie Ellis, and Dennis Rodman's son, and Arrington Page. Come on, man. They should be in the top 12, 15, man. But nonetheless, I agree with you, Bacon, on that. And we're going to talk about college hoops throughout the season, big storyline. So y'all stay tuned for that as the podcast is going every Tuesday at 7:30. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
But I will say this. Impressive debut nonetheless. I think his shot's going to come, right? I think he's going to kind of build into that shot, and it's going to get better and better. But the sliding to the rim, the playmaking ability, the setting up his teammates, this kid already, we know he knows how to play, right? He's playing for Team USA. He's going to get more comfortable and more comfortable and more comfortable. He just got to watch it defensively, right? You don't really want to see one of your best players fouling out that early, in the game. They're going to need him if they want to go where they want to go, right? And it's going to make it even better because I heard UCLA got a team too. So seeing UCLA, USC being good again, them going neck and neck. It's been some years since USC's been good.
Thanks.
And them going neck and neck potentially for Pac-12 championship. It's going to be an exciting year. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be an exciting year. I think Collier will be fine. That's the first game. You got nerves, jitters. First college action, you got to adjust, like he said. It's going to take time. He's going to be just fine, just as Castle. Page is going to probably take him a little bit more time because he's coming behind some people. It's going to take him a little time to feel comfortable. He did have a good impact, but I think Collier, he's going to grow into it throughout the season. Castle, he's going to grow into it. You know what I'm saying? So, both great debuts in their first game, man, and college hoops is here. And guess what? Last thing, college hoops is exciting again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been away from college hoops for a little bit because it has been getting boring. I will say that. But
it's gonna be good this year.
You got some good stuff, man.
Last
note.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to bring up the Golden State Warriors. Give a little light to the OGs, man. I want y'all to look at Klay Thompson. He's getting more
There you go.
production. He's stepping inside. I'm telling you, I'm for real. You can check the film. He's stepping inside. He's playing more of an all-around, well-paced game. He's working the mid-range game, which is getting him more in his more shooting form. He's getting more comfortable. Chris Paul is dialing him up. It's gonna be real big. You can watch it now, watch the film now, or see it later. Come holler at me. But Klay Thompson's resurgent year for him coming up. I really like what him and Chris Paul got going on. Now. Behind the back, Magic Johnson passes you back to you, Dodge.
Last college note I wanted to bring up. Great job going professionally. Bill Self, I said it on my TikTok. The video is doing pretty good. I think it's at 3,000 views. Bill Self signs a lifetime contract with the Kansas Jayhawks. He had 2 NCAA titles. Recently won in 2022 against North Carolina, 72-69. He has 8 Elite Eight, 3 Final Fours. 222 and 19 in the Allen Fieldhouse, 773 career wins. Incredible coach. I didn't even know they did lifetime contracts for coaches, and I brought it up. Tom Izzo don't have one. Mike Krzyzewski don't have one. Roy Williams never had one. I heard John Calipari apparently has a lifetime contract. I didn't know that.
I did not know that. That's the past.
I didn't know that.
Fan.
I said, what? Lifetime? What? You don't hear that a lot. And then Bill Self's only 58. So basically how it's going to go in the structure of the contract is every 5 years they can decide if they're going to continue it or not. But his money's going up. He's going to make 4.4, then 4.5, 4.7, 4.9, and then 5. So he's set, but I get it. Jayhawks are one of the blue bloods in college basketball, man. They're good every single year. So, it's going to be an exciting year, man. I'm excited. And next year we got to look forward to Cooper Flag. Them boys and them playing at Duke, and Duke got some dudes, and then Georgia's finally getting it together and getting some dudes.
Yeah.
College basketball is finally exciting again.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. Anything to add, Jerome?
Go Tar Heels.
You been following Cadeau?
Go Tar Heels.
I don't even know what that is, bro.
I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I've been away from basketball so much, man, but except for NBA, obviously, my boys, the Nuggets, won last year. They're looking good again this year. So, you had some great young pieces that we just added. I forgot young boy's name, but him and Bond, some good young pieces over there in Denver, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this year.
And we're gonna do a little recap to kind of end the show. Everybody give the last thought on the night, and we're gonna wrap it up. And Jerome, we need you to get on the hoops. We need you to contribute a little bit more. So
I got you,
research on some college basketball.
Yeah, man. I got you. The jerseys out, but people love that.
Y'all tell Jerome step his game up. It's time to step it up. It's time.
I'll step it up, bro. Hey, listen. If we get 100 likes, that's not even a lot. If you get 100 likes on this video, I'll come with something crazy next week. I got you.
That's fair game. Y'all heard that. Get it to 100 likes, man, so he can get it going with the basketball. Last note of the night. Yes, last note of the night. And I'm in all this and let y'all end it. Michigan. Jerome's favorite team. They're going to suffer their first L this weekend against Penn State. Book it, mark it.
Crazy.
You heard it from me.
That's
Penn
crazy.
State's going to beat Michigan, and they're going to get y'all with this side-stealing probe. And after that, y'all don't even deserve to be in the college football playoff. Y'all deserve to sit home.
Hey, Bacon.
Yeah.
Clip this for me, bro.
I got you.
Because I'm going to put this shit on repeat.
128.
Man, yeah. Good game. I'm happy that we're going to be able to play a good team because everybody said we don't play. Bro, it's not our fault. They give us 2 teams a year. I don't know why, but bro, last 2 years we've been good. Yeah, I think this team been better.
The schedule, buddy.
No, you're right. But listen,
shout out, Jim.
Shut up. But you gotta play the teams that's in your conference too, bro. And look at our conference. It's gonna be a lot better next year. It's gonna be a lot better next year, though.
You also have non-conference too, bud.
You're right. But also,
why you not playing at Miami? Why you not playing at Alabama? Why you not playing at Georgia Tech?
We don't play those teams, bro.
I know you don't play those teams. You're not in your
The only team you can get on us for not playing is UCLA because we did opt out of that game.
Look.
Anyway,
That makes my point.
anyway.
I'm done.
Okay, all right. Just one.
Hey,
one
y'all
out of
still in
one out of
science. The most heinous act in sports.
the most winningest coach in NFL history. Still fine. Anyway. But yeah, man, my Blues gonna do their thing, man. I'm tired of this. So Najee, go ahead. You can say what you want. You know, you're gonna clip this and we're gonna revisit it next week.
Y'all done. Y'all are losing to Penn State.
Okay.
You heard it from me.
Okay.
You better be ready to stand on them 10 toes and stay on that business.
Y'all putting any food on this thing? Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Chick-fil-A on it. You want to put some Chick-fil-A on it? Get some Chick-fil-A on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for my bag of my nuggets, the honey mustard.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A on the fries. I want my milkshake too. I want a milkshake.
Strawberry.
I bet you want a milkshake, huh? Cookies and cream, huh, boy?
Cookie and cream. You already know.
I can dig it.
My last thing I'm gonna say real quick is shout out to the Twitter Nation, man. We just hit 8,000 for Inside the Hashes. On the road to 10,000, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
On the road to 10,000, that's our goal for the year. Not sure we're gonna hit 10,000, but man, you guys have been showing some great love. We do appreciate all the love that you guys been giving us. It only been about like 2 years that we've really been a real presence on Twitter. So shout out to everybody that's following us. And if you're not following us, please follow us on Twitter, man. We got that goal. We put out a lot of interviews and a lot of good content on there. A lot of commitment graphics and stuff like that. So definitely follow us on Inside the Hashes, Inside Hashes on Twitter, Inside the Hashes _ FB on Instagram as well. I know these guys got some great content as well, so make sure you go follow them as well, man. Especially my boy Bacon with his graphics and videos, been going crazy. My boy Najee with the interviews and all that, bro. My boy's going crazy, yo. Like, don't sleep on him.
Nah, we next up for sure, man. We the next biggest journalist coming out of Georgia, maybe the nation, maybe the world. You can book it. But I just want to
clip that,
man. Clip that and drop it 10 years later. It's gonna age like fine wine.
Yes, sir.
I just want to end with just shout out to God, man. Just shout out to the old saying of you don't go through something, you gotta grow through it, man. And whatever you're going through in life, just keep pushing, man.
Yes, sir.
We at the end of a down, it's gonna be an up. And it's all about just not getting too high, too low, but always striving for greatness. Because we all know life is crazy, life is hectic, life definitely hits harder than anything in life.
Definitely.
So just always being eager to learn and just stand even kill, man. I just leave that with y'all and everybody else who's gonna see this, man. Just stay on your pivot, man. Get knocked down 10, get up 12. You feel me? That's it. Yeah. That's what I got.
Quick, I want to add to that because I was just watching the podcast with Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall. Man, definitely, bro. Like mental health, bro. Just make sure your mental health is there. You need help, seek it, bro. There's a lot of help out there now. Even if it's just talking to your family, talking to friends, man. You feel like you down and out and you're not there, man. Just talk to somebody, or if you just reach out to people, bro. Like it's everybody got phone. Reach out to people. Check up on your friends. Check up on your family, man. Those times are hard now, man. So that mental health is important, especially of us Black men, man. We don't like to, talk about it, but mental health is definitely something that we need to get on make it normalize it, bro, for real. So just want to add that to Bacon's.
Nah, great addition.
Great notes by you guys. Definitely, Black men need to do that more, especially with mental health, man. Don't wait till it's too late. And great notes by Bacon, man. That's what I love about us three. Always got something different to add, and just always a great soundbite. Sometimes you be struggling, man, and you need that advice to keep going, man. But that's all we got for this week. Last thing, you guys got anything big coming up this week? Interviews. I think we should start doing that to the end of the show. Just big things up the slate for this week. Games you're going to. Potential interviews you got, just so the fans know that they can keep following your content. Any big things you guys got this week before we wrap?
Nah, I don't got anything big. Just going to Northgate. We might get some Well, we're gonna do some player interviews post game. I've been trying to land some content. I'm gonna try to do some with Amari Latimer. We're gonna see. But
Definitely.
yeah, I haven't reached out yet, but I got that in. It's turned in the wheelhouse. But yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of John Elway?
No, sir, I have not.
He is the running back at Army. I mean, not Army, Air Force. Sorry. Running back at Air Force. Check him out. He's doing some great stuff over there. I think he's at 1,800 rushing yards right now. Something ridiculous. He's going crazy right now. Me and him are working out a interview, so definitely stay tuned with that, man. He's doing some great stuff. We interviewed him before when he was in high school. Just doing like a little recap because he's been on a tear. So, I know a lot of people don't watch Air Force because you're not not one of these big schools, but this kid is a guy. So definitely go check him out, man. He's a baller. He always been a baller since he was in high school. So just want to get a shout out to my boy, John.
Yeah. And I did lie. I do have a Day in the Life series coming out with starting Carby Martin. He's kind of 85. We got that on the way, man. We're gonna be starting, I think, this Monday. He's got a shooting, or he's got a workout 5 a.m. practice. So I already getting up at 5 a.m, 4 a.m. for work, so it shouldn't be too tough. But yeah, we're gonna get that rolling this Monday. So stay tuned to that.
Yes, sir.
So that's what they're going to be up to. Bacon, too. Let me know, man. I kind of know his dad a little bit well, man. Maybe we can tag team that Amari Latimer interview, man. I've been wanting to get him, too, for a minute. So maybe we could tag team that and kind of do a sit-down. I know I had a little bit going on with my grandma and stuff like that as far as the other way we're supposed to do with Wendell. But if you want to tag team that on a weekend or something, let me know, man. We could both do that. That'd be some great content. As far as me to wrap up, I got an interview with a 3-star player out of Ohio. He's from Northmont High School, heavily recruited, just received a Georgia Tech offer. Kid has a number of D1 offers. Guys are watching on my YouTube right now. That is going to be live, 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. Exclusive with him. Going to talk his recruiting. His season so far, me and him have built a pretty good relationship. So that's what I got so far. Unfortunately, Bacon, I do apologize. I will not have no content this week. Once again, I am calling a game from the booth. I'm calling versus Tucker. So I'm kind of limited on content. I can't really do much from calling the game, man, unfortunately. So that's what I got on top for me this week, man. As always, follow those links down below. Najee Wook TV on Instagram, Najee Wook on Twitter, Bacon Network _47 on Instagram, Bacon Network LLC on Twitter, and Bacon Network on YouTube. And also follow Jerome at Inside Hashes on Twitter. And also Inside Hashes on Instagram, and follow his YouTube page at Inside Hashes, man. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in. That's all we got for today.
First and foremost, let's go.
Y'all stay tuned for next week. We're going to have Coach Mill on the show. Talk some football. Talk about what he thinks about 7-8, 6-8, 5-8, 4-8, 3-8, and get all that. That's going to be a fun podcast next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And that's all we got for tonight. Have a good one, man, and enjoy the rest of your week. We out. Peace.